As as we didn't get to fully finish off last session, we kind of figured people got a little bit bored of it, so we're gonna do something different today. So, as you may have seen last time, there was a bit of hesitancy from some members of the council, or what was to be the council, and there's been some. I see some new people over there. Hello. Someone knows. Yeah, I heard that some people had some hesitancy about the council and such, so I just wanted to see if anyone had second thoughts about joining up before we continue on.
The cursed ones has elected to not join.
I see. Cursed ones.
The Rose Guild will consider not joining.
You will
Just out of
consider
curiosity,
not joining.
I was not present at the last event.
Hello.
What is the council exactly?
The council is basically just a unified group of all the leaders of all the factions, just so we could all decide on rules and stuff like that for everyone to follow to make everyone a little bit closer.
I see.
Spire will stay apart, but with a chance that they'll leave if things go bad.
If things go bad, yeah, I see.
And I feel like it would be beneficial if I joined under the name of the church.
Alright, we got that spot filled then. Anyways. As will happen now, the council will be officially created, actually. And it will also have another goal in mind that I can only really share with the leaders or representatives of each faction when that day does arrive. And that is due to some new information that I've been given since last time we all spoke together. Anyways, there was some disunity amongst some of the people that were here last time. We're also going to be talking that over. But yeah, I just wanted to say that the council officially now will be a group, and that all the faction leaders and representatives, part of it, will be invited to another meeting later down the line, maybe in a few days' time. As for now, though, I had a deal with somebody that not a lot of you had very favorable opinions of last time, and some of you weren't even present to see them actually. And that deal was made with the man presenting himself as Ifmus, the god, the man who stands right there.
Ooh.
And as was proven last time, he is actually a god somehow. Yeah. We had a deal. He gave me some information I really needed, and in return he'd get a few moments up here at the podium just to speak, I suppose.
Thank you.
Yours.
Now then, just a couple things I wish to go over. Now then, I, myself, Infamous, the god of strategy. As you all know, I love war, okay? But I don't want you folk to be starting wars for no reason. For without purpose, what is there? Alright? You know, I'm not asking you all to pray to me. I'm not asking you all to give me blessings. I'm just asking for a little bit more respect. The last time I was here, some of you made a mockery of me. And I don't mind people's opinions. I don't mind people speaking their mind. I have no problem with that. But some of you went too far. Specifically, one of you went too far. Now then, would the leader of Birdmark please stand up and step forward? Right there. Right
Look
there.
more like teleporting.
Right there. You are the main cause of this. You embarrassed me. You made me a fool. I truly cannot stand for it.
You guys got snacks.
Be gone, you. Now then, we are not to be messed with. We are not to be trifled with. Do not make a fool. Do not make a mockery of us gods again. Thank you.
So why did we condone that?
It was my deal with them for some information that I believe would save more people down the line.
Right, but I mean, if I had, done that to everybody who wronged me last time I was here, half the people in this room would be dead.
Sorry, can you say that again? I don't know why everyone cut off for me.
If I had, everybody who wronged me last time we were in this meeting, everyone in this room, well, I'll rephrase, half the people in this room would have died already. I mean, an eye for an eye just doesn't work.
Well, they didn't wrong one person. They kind of like wronged a lot of people, so it's kind of.
The thing is,
so
that man really tried to instigate a fight with a god, and especially with that amount of people around.
So we're making exception.
I believe some exceptions should be made in very oddly specific cases like these, but that will of course be discussed down the line further. I just needed that as a method to get something else.
I'll keep that in mind.
I like sitting in the front.
Who said that? Oh.
Right. Oh, dear. Sir, you can't sit up that guy. That's... Anyways. Now that, that's been done over with, back on to the business. There were a few talks about some of the rules last time we were here. I am going to make small adjustment on them to make sure that everyone participating here would, properly accept them and there would be no loopholes, because I obviously can't allow the possibilities of loopholes, as some did bring up the fact that they could be exploited last time. The whole idea around contracts, that was very, very, very unpolished. Of course, all contracts written should be followed, but I do also believe that there should be groups of people that do look over them, which is why the embassy itself will actually be hiring anyone willing to. You can be part of any other faction you want, but this is your chance to be like an objective medium for others to come and talk to, stuff like that. And it will be entirely funded by me and a few people that I have personally picked out and spoken with beforehand. So that should solve the whole lawyer issue that people had, hopefully. And at least bring a little bit of hope back into this, because it did not seem very hopeful last time. Right. As for what happened to the director just a moment ago, I know that my deal was that he would have... Oh, you have a question? Okay.
Can you clarify the role of these people that you said? I don't know if it's just I didn't understand it, but
so
I don't really...
So last time there was a massive argument about lawyers being privatized or personalized, right? Publicly or personally available. I believe we just cut out the middleman and just give a universal type of lawyer. One that does both private and public work, and it's basically just public lawyers, right? But they will be funded by the embassy instead of funded by anyone else. Purely to cut out the middlemen, the question of if they're getting paid fairly or not. There will of course be a signing bonus, and you will have to sign your own contracts stating that you will be as fair towards your clients as possible. Stuff like that,
Does this mean you have decided what the currency and economy is going to look like?
There's currently no official economy, and that's because it has yet to be decided on. I was actually going to bring that up as well. the concept of currency. I was going to bring that up. And I reckon that us and the council members and anyone participating in the council, factions-wise, will have a talk about it, see what's publicly available and what's possible. Because we know that stuff like netherite has been easily replicated by other means, so we can't obviously use that. So we'll have to find other methods, maybe an officially signed coin of sorts. One that can only be minted and pressed here, or anywhere else, any other designated facility. Right. Was there... I do not recall any... oh, right, the concept of mediators. I believe mediators should also be the same members that work as lawyers for the embassy. Obviously, that depends on how many people join the embassy, but that's an issue we can talk about later down the line. I believe so. Who these people are is yet to be decided, but again, this is a very work in progress. We are still, relatively new and underdeveloped. We haven't even made the council official yet. The mediators are just like a neutral party to mediate situations between people. Faction having conflict, stuff like that. If the proper leadership isn't available, mediators can help mediate the situation until, better means arrive. Jeez, really getting bureaucratic with this. Yeah, a middleman of sorts, yes. Yeah, there was the question of law enforcement. The question of law enforcement was one that kind of concerned me because I didn't really think it would be needed, but it is obviously needed. So I was going to suggest a form of... how could you say? A coalition force, not a coalition force, no, that's a little bit too much. Something lesser, a form of law enforcement made up of a few select people from each faction, all providing their best fighters or, most effective fighters, stuff like that, most sane people. And they would basically be able to keep the peace in their designated faction areas. And of course mediate with other law enforcement from other factions. Like assigned security, like, law maintainers. I like your words, silly man. Corruption, of course, is possible, but I doubt that it's possible with this many factions involved from the start. And even if there's corruption, that would just be a faction. That would just be one or two factions maybe working together. And even then, that's, pretty easily controlled. It shouldn't be a massive issue. Oh, as of the people not in the council, if you're a member of... if you're not a member... What the fuck? I'm sorry, that squeak really disturbed me. Oh, that one right there. Hello, guy. As for the
Sorry, my child, he needs to be distracted.
Oh, that's fine. Just make sure to, turn the volume down on their Playboy. There we go. Alright, as for the question of... Oh, there was two questions. The people who are not in the council, right. Any person who is not affiliated with a faction and wants to be protected by the laws of the council will be given the opportunity to join the council as quote-unquote members. You are free to leave and go as you please. But it's just a way for you to be protected under the law as like a single person, And of course there will be factions who are not part of the embassy and part of the council, and they will be more or less declared lawless by our standards. And as for the question of currency, there will be officially stamped coins that are impossible to replicate at most points. Right, you had a question. You right there. You right there.
So as of recent, there's been an issue.
An issue.
And I kind of wanted to enforce it a little. Just how do I put this? Only people in our factions are allowed to, get our stuff, if that makes sense. And I know that's a weird rule, but
What?
I feel like I have to clarify this.
Only people in your faction are allowed to get stuff? What?
Yeah, but people outside of it can't.
What kind of stuff?
What do you mean?
like materials like ores like iron or netherite or basically anything.
Wait, what are you implying? Outside people can't access
Yeah.
factions.
You mean like your personal storage, like your faction, like stuff you gathered?
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
That would be stealing.
Yeah, it is a given, but it's been happening recently.
Yeah. If people have stolen from you, just ask me. I'll go look. I know how to read fingerprints.
Okay.
Okay. Was there anything else? Any other, suggestions or law stuff like that that we should? Yeah, go for it. Where are they sitting, actually?
Over here.
Oh, they're sitting over there.
You said, factions outside of the council are considered lawless.
By our standards, yes.
What does that entail?
That entails that they only abide by their own laws, not the council laws, so none of the council laws will apply to them. The council laws will apply to every faction that's a part of the council, but the faction itself can also impose its own laws on top of that, but not override them, of course, unless they've specifically voted and asked for it.
Okay.
Good. Right. I believe... Right, was there anything else anyone wanted to ask, or, want to impose, or, want to put up for the vote to impose? Yes, you, Mr. Purple guy. Wait, are they talking? Oh, no, there they go.
Yeah, it seems a bit out of the blue that a god has deigned to come and wreak vengeance in person.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they did strike him first.
Yes, of course, but do you know if we are to expect other celestial beings, whatnot, just
yes,
appearing?
There will definitely be other things to worry about, but that is all I'm going to discuss concurrently. I will have to have a discussion with the faction leaders. The ones I represent are not here and will not be returning anytime soon, I found. Yeah. Other than that, yes, more Celestials will be showing up, but that's all I can confidently say concurrently. And definitely not just out in public. Yeah. Ask away, tall guy.
May we have an example about these rules you have suggested for magic, per se?
There have been no suggested rules for magic. I was actually expecting a certain group of people. I don't think I see... Oh, wait, I see them all the way in the back there. I was actually kind of expecting them to talk about it. To talk about certain magic being outlawed.
I see.
If you do remember Mr. Nightman. Oh, there he goes.
Yes, if I may speak up then, may I take the stance?
Oh, I mean, sure.
Thank you very much.
Wait, actually, is your faction... Wait, hold on, is your faction... Oh yeah, Bronze River, there we go.
I am Bronze River, yes indeed. I will be acting instead of the Queen, as acting Hand of the River and Hand of the Queen, of course. We believe we should outlaw against all dark magic. Now you might question what is dark magic. I say that is magic that forcefully alters the perception and living state of other people, such as a necromancer who unwillingly brings back a soul. I would consider that dark magic which should be outlawed. Any questions?
Yes. Over here. If you consider altering perceptions or reality as dark magic, what happens if it's used for a beneficial reason? Because if someone dies, but they have done good things, and you know they would want to be brought back, would you bring them back to life, and would that still be considered dark magic?
You pose a very good question there. I would consider that, yes, that is still considered dark magic. You bring back someone from the dead you do not have clear reasoning for. Only if they have written it down that they will want to be resurrected, you may do so.
And another question. What about Void? Would void count as dark magic or no?
I would not consider the void as we speak as dark arts, considering our limited knowledge about that. That's all.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Alright, that was
That's
a pretty
all.
concise one.
Thank you for your time.
Glad to see that Bronze River's coming up with stuff for once. Is there a small guy there? I believe that is actually most of that for today, honestly. The council can finally properly establish itself. I need to get a bigger table, obviously. Didn't actually expect that many people to join. Sir, can you kindly... Sir, your boots are on the table. Oh, yeah, and I just cleaned that. And I believe if there... I suppose I should give us a quick rundown of what things were suggested. Mainly because just a small refresher, and if anyone had any other questions towards that rule. Yeah. So the first thing was actually a project suggestion from... Your name was Red, right?
So
Mr.
with that, Crystal Spire currently is going to step out of that and let Deep Salt fully take over. We're starting a new project. We're building a casino. So look forward to that once we get our currency put together.
So you're okay. So wait, would you want to count that as a council project or a personal project?
How would you like it to look?
I mean, if it's okay. I mean, I know it's a gambling area, but I suppose gambling isn't exactly outlawed.
No, it's not. We're using technically federal currency in a sense.
You're using virtual currency. I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, let's put it on the list. Put it on the list. You know, sounds fun.
Sounds like a majority of the leaders in the council wanted that, so.
I fucking love gambling.
Fuck yeah, so do I.
I suppose we do gamble every now and then.
Yeah,
This is the most support I've seen for an idea ever.
I love it.
All right. So, cool. Yeah, I mean, good. Another one for the list. The first rule that was actually proposed was one made by members of the Cursed Ones. Originally, I would have removed it, but honestly, it seems solid. And it was the anyone who is chased out of a faction / willingly leaves because of who they are is allowed to, without prosecution, do so. Basically, if you leave a faction due to discrimination, stuff like that, you're free to do so. And if they try to stop you, that's where council steps in and slaps them across the wrist. You okay down there?
They're fine. The siblings, they're bickering. You know how it is.
I see. Right. Another rule was the rule about contracts. All written contracts should be followed as long as they've been actually signed by the person who's under that contract influence.